Daniel carried a weight on his shoulders. Not a physical one, but a heavy burden nonetheless. The expectations of his family, the hopes of his friends, the demands of society, they all intertwined, forming a crushing weight. He felt the pressure to succeed, to be happy, to live a life worthy of their dreams. His parents, with their loving eyes full of pride and ambition, spoke of a future filled with success and stability. His friends, with their carefree laughter and dreams of grand adventures, painted a picture of a life brimming with joy and excitement. Society, with its relentless pursuit of achievement and recognition, whispered promises of fulfillment and worth. Yet, beneath the surface of their well-intentioned desires, Daniel felt a growing sense of unease. Their expectations, though born out of love and hope, became a heavy cloak draped over his shoulders, stifling him. He yearned for something more, something true to his own desires. The weight of their expectations pressed down on him, threatening to extinguish the faint flicker of his own aspirations. Lost in the labyrinth of their desires, Daniel searched for his own path, his own voice, his own definition of a life well lived. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Daniel felt trapped in a relentless cycle of monotony. Wake, work, eat, sleep, a predictable rhythm that echoed the emptiness within him. The colors of his life seemed to fade, replaced by shades of gray. He went through the motions, fulfilling obligations, meeting expectations, but feeling utterly lost in the process. His job, a respectable profession that promised stability, felt like a gilded cage, confining him to a life devoid of passion. His interactions with friends, filled with forced smiles and hollow laughter, rang hollow in his ears. Every night, as he lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, a wave of doubt washed over him. Was this it? Was this the life he was destined to live? A life devoid of purpose, passion, and genuine happiness? The thought sent shivers down his spine, a cold reminder of his unfulfilled potential. He felt like an imposter in his own life, playing a role scripted by the expectations of others. The real Daniel, the one with dreams and aspirations buried deep within, seemed lost, a distant echo in the chambers of his heart. One evening, as the sky wept tears of sorrow, Daniel found himself drawn to the outdoors. The rhythmic drumming of raindrops against the pavement beckoned him, promising solace from the turmoil within. He pulled on a jacket and stepped out into the embrace of the storm. The rain, relentless in its descent, washed away the pretense of the world, revealing a raw and honest beauty. As he walked, the rhythmic sound of his footsteps against the wet pavement became a steady beat, a metronome keeping time with the chaotic symphony of the storm. He reached a park, deserted and shrouded in a mist of rain. Streetlights cast long dancing shadows, creating an ethereal glow in the otherwise gloomy night. As he stood there watching the rain cascade down his face, he noticed his reflection in a puddle at his feet. The face staring back at him was a stranger, haggard, lost, and burdened by a sadness that ran deep. In that moment, beneath the weeping sky, Daniel came face to face with the truth. He was living a lie, a life dictated by the expectations of others, not the desires of his own heart. The realization hit him like a bolt of lightning, illuminating the path ahead. He had a choice to make: continue down this road of quiet desperation, or rise above the expectations and carve his own path. The storm raging outside mirrored the tempest within his soul. A newfound determination surged through him. He would no longer be a prisoner of other people's expectations. He would confront his inner demons, silence the doubts that plagued him, and embrace the uncertainty that lay ahead. He would fight his inner storm with the same ferocity as the rain that lashed at his face. As the storm began to subside, Daniel felt a sense of calm descend upon him. The rain had washed away more than just the grime of the city. It had cleansed his soul, leaving behind a sense of clarity and purpose. He knew the journey ahead would be fraught with challenges, but he was ready to face them head-on. He turned and walked back towards home, each step filled with newfound purpose. The weight on his shoulders felt lighter, as if the rain had washed away the burden of expectations. He had a long way to go, but for the first time in a long time, Daniel felt a flicker of hope, a spark of excitement for the future. He would conquer the storm within and emerge stronger, ready to embrace the life that awaited him.